Laptop.
Nope, I'm on my phone.
I wonder why it's horizontal
Oh,
today.
because I'm filming horizontally.
It looks a little bit better.
Good. I got that from Walia.
So, I mean, I'm going to J Hope twice. You can decide if you want to. The tickets ain't that bad.
Okay.
Um, that was exhilarating because I realized I've actually never done this really before. Because before with PTD, it was my mama.
It was your mom, yeah.
But the one thing that I did mess up on is I did not have a real mouse. A real mouse to
Oh.
girl, this little oh the way I
Trying
did
to
it.
click around. Oh my god.
I mean, okay, so this is I really thought I hit the like jackpot with these seats because I was like, oh my God, it's right there. There's nobody in front of us. Girl, I'm looking at these seats and it's like the last row of that section. I mean, my brain cannot compute this though, because the things that I clicked, one and two, but I think I was on the other side of the stadium. I'm thinking I'm looking at it from a certain, you know what I'm saying, girl. But at least the price was right. Because I have a feeling that those tickets, the price would have been like, oh no, let me click out of that. So at least the first things that I clicked, I was like, yeah, that's doable.
I can do that. That's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and so the kids was still in here. They was wrapping up reading Harry Potter, but I knew that they was gonna be finished reading that chapter before they left. And I was like, okay, what am I gonna get them to do while I concentrate on this? I was like, I know, I'm gonna put them to work. Let's watch this J Hope in Paris concert. And I said, everyone think positive thoughts, give him lots of love. And I was like, and I need y'all to leave me alone for the next 15 minutes, okay? I was like, if y'all bother me, I will never forgive y'all. That's what I said. And so I was while they was reading Harry Potter, I was able to get into the queue in the waiting room. And so it was just kind of a waiting game. But as soon as they finished Harry Potter and they had to kind of rearrange themselves, that's when I was looking to see what my number. Girl, I was 264.
Ooh! I know that's right.
I was like, and I screamed when I saw that number. And then that's when I told them what I was doing. And I was like, that's why I need y'all to leave me alone, okay? Because I didn't know it was gonna be so quick for me to have to, do something. Mm-hmm. And they was just watching J Hope while I was like, okay, all right, see y'all later. Bye. And one of the kids was like, did you manifest it? I was like, you know. I knew what to wear today.
I love it.
I had on all my stuff. I had everything I needed. But up until the time, I really wasn't. Up until the time, I was chilling. Like, I had no reason to panic,
Yeah.
It's such a great feeling to do things like
with ease.
But I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of glad I gave myself this experience. It was kind of fun.
It's fun.
When it don't nothing beat that. You got them. I still got it up right now. I'm just looking at it. And they're club seats, and the name of the club area, hey, is called Figueroa Club. I lived on Figueroa. It's the LA thing for me. It's him stitching me into that space. Like, oh no, you gonna be here all weekend, homie. Like, You ain't been to LA since that last man. You got some unfinished business. So that means that I am now obligated to do that other thing I was talking about. But I actually now, that feels like the right thing to do. As a matter of fact, let's wait for some people to come in. Hello, everyone. Because while they still figuring it out, I could be figuring this out. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Patience. Hey, Josie. Josie, did you get tickets for another day? I did. I also think a little bit of this is lived experience. If you've done it before and you kind of know what's going on, you do have a little bit of an advantage on people who, okay, look at you. Everybody winning over here.
I love it.
Very nice. An abundance of tickets. Okay. So since you're going to both shows, Josie, we got something to talk about. Let's see. It would make sense for everybody, honestly.
Yeah.
Friday through Monday. You was not, you was in the thousands. I was in the triple digits. That's not bad though. 9,000 is not bad at all. It was moving. Okay. Shut up. And it's cancelable? Y'all, I'm doing this. Let's go. We gonna figure it out.
It'll all get figured out.
It's cancelable if I do it this way. Pay now, part later. Or no, let's go back. No, let's do it the way I said. Nah, we don't do it like that. God knows what she doing right now for me. Like, okay, let's just take it a little bit at a time. You new to this. Okay.
I don't know what I just did with my... Oh, I put it back in my bag.
Okay. Girl in Pink, D. Marie. Yes, I did. Did you? I mean, if y'all in the room, that's a good sign. Anybody who's from LA and who's not in the room might still be in the queue right now. Oh, an email. Yeah, I actually feel like a part of the exhilaration of this is actually helping me with this part too.
Yeah.
Like I'm on a roll right now. Like, let's do it.
You already got all that good energy.
I have really good energy right now. Oh my gosh. Girl, I almost messed up on something else though. This is why I'm saying the short-term memory thing is a problem. The guy from the Smith Center have been trying to get in touch with me all last week.
Really?
Yes. Yes. But we got in touch with each other, so
Good.
oh, that was stressful though. I was like, oh my God, this is why my memory. I need my memory to work. You going day one? Yeah. I assume that's you and your sister. We wasn't stressed. We wasn't worried. It was all them East Coast people. All the LA people. We like, and then there was people in another chat that was like, no, we're good. We got a suite. So, and then everybody still went in there and looked to see. I mean, just look and see. And was able to turn down tickets. Like, come on. Like, we live in a state of abundance and plenty. Okay. Yeah, I'm really just doing this on the high of J Hope right now because normal Tracy would be like, no, let me think this through. Okay. Let me go back and see if I can do it this way. That didn't work. Maybe somebody else in this chat can do this. Let's see. Part now, part later. On March 26th, no extra fees. March 26th, that puts us pretty close to the date of, what is it? March 26th is how many days before? Let's see. Like 2 weeks before. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna try this one. I'm just really over here just spending all my money on J Hope. Okay, it's done.
J Hope. If you gonna spend it on somebody.
It's done. So listen, y'all. Come and stay with me near the stadium. When you see the place, you're gonna be like, okay, Tracy, good job. Wow, that was easy. He just baptized me just now. He just baptized me just now. Like, don't even give her time to think about it. Because if she think about it. All right, y'all don't know what's going on. We having our own private conversation, but everybody in the room, welcome to Office Hours. Sharon's in the room, Patience, Josie, D. Marie. And it looks like everybody in LA got tickets in the chat. Some of us are going for 1 day. Some of us are going 2 days. And I just did another thing that and isn't it crazy that I just saw that last night? Yes. Like, listen, I'm a good time. So I really shouldn't have to do much to explain the situation. Okay, now they just gave me the real address. So let me see the actual. I want to see what that neighborhood is looking like. I'm not gonna lie. It used to be a little crunchy, not gonna lie. But knowing what they've been doing over by USC, it's probably nice now.
Probably.
So I just booked an Airbnb near the stadium. So literally, if you stay over here, we can literally walk to the stadium. It's literally, let me see. an 11-minute walk. It's 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and I booked it for the whole weekend. So the 4th to the 7th. So if it's a matter of you're going to be there the whole weekend for both shows, or if you just want to, that's the part that I'm nervous about, y'all. So y'all going to have to like be patient with me. I am not Rochelle, but I really want to be her. And I just think this space is gorgeous.
It is.
It eliminates so many, like for me, I'm driving. I think I do want to drive in now, since now parking is included. So parking is included. It's a 4-bedroom situation. You're not paying more than $100 or so per day, pretty much like $140-ish per day. And the space is gorgeous. That's what sold me. I was like, I can't beat this. It's really nice. So
that's nice.
It's nice. It's nice. And we gonna be in there partying, y'all. Pre-gaming. I'm going to the beach on Saturday, y'all, though. So don't be looking for me unless you want to go to the beach. I will be on the beach all day Saturday, but this can't be beat because all of us giving $200 or so to USC Hotel or any hotel is still not.
It's still not that.
And then we can eat and we ain't got to go spend money at whole kitchen situation.
We can have our own little in the soup in the city.
And this is my stomping ground, y'all. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? I'm taking y'all on a trip to USC too, baby. Like this ain't just J-Hope. It's J-Hope plus. Plus USC plus the beach. Like the energy I'm gonna be in just to be back in my happy place. Yo, it was too easy. It was too easy. So Josie says, count me in. You got FOMO. Oh, that's okay. Because honestly, me and Tashi, how long have I been talking about this, Tashi? I've been talking about this for a minute. We have a game plan to do this kind of thing in Vegas. Like on a regular basis. And we just been talking about it and saying we gonna do it and talking about it. And I was like, Tashi, what if this is J-Hope trying to get me to like jump?
To do it.
To just do it. And to see that it's not that bad. It's not that hard. You're going to have a good time. Like for me, nothing is worth me doing it if I can't have fun while I'm doing it. And he was like, I got you, babe. I'm going to put you right where you need to be. You're going to be right back in your stomping grounds. You're going to know all the little details. I even knew that side is, we gonna stay in the house, y'all. It's an unbeatable situation, in my opinion. And I went and grabbed it now before someone else.
Yeah.
While they still in the queue, not thinking about this part, I just went and grabbed it and it worked out. So this is me, y'all are witnessing me stepping into a different power in myself that I have been wanting to tap into, but I'll be like, no, it's too much responsibility. I don't want to be the one. Oh God, it's just too much going on. I don't want to. But I do, because I like to host people and give people a good time, and so many people have done it for me. That's the thing. Okay, I have been in countries, 2 different countries I could think of in particular, Trinidad and Tobago. And Spain. And I guess Spain would have been first, but when I was living in London, a friend of mine from USC who was over there with me was like, we should go to Barcelona. I was like, okay, cool, let's go. And this is before Airbnb was a thing. But there was precursors to Airbnb, especially in Europe. So you would go on a hostel website. And some of the listings would be actual hostels, but some of them would be like a private bed and breakfast type situation. And so me and my friend we picked this like bed and breakfast type situation, but it was kind of like you're sharing the space with someone else. Like each person has their own room, but you're sharing the living quarters. We was in college, we didn't care. But the cool thing about it was that it was owned by a brother and a sister. And they had all these like pamphlets laid out, and they was like, okay, get settled. And on Friday and Saturday nights, we go round up everybody from every place that we have and take y'all out for a night of partying. Be still my heart. I mean, I really got to experience that city because of that brother and sister. I mean, memories that I will never forget for the rest of my life. So that's kind of what started me. But then the experience I had in Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, it was so good. The hospitality of this random person that I met on a cruise ship who, once I said, I've always wanted to go to Trinidad, she's like, okay, you got to go. And then she took it upon herself to make everything happen for me to get there. And when I was there, I was staying with her and her family. And when I was there, there was, we didn't have to worry about getting taken to where we needed to be. It was just everything was, these are the things that make things special. This is what makes things just extra good. Mm-hmm. So I think there was a part of me that I was like, I want to do that, but I don't. But I do. So for me, this is actually kind of easy. Like, it's not outside of my capacity, and only J-Hope could. Mm-hmm. That's what it is with them. It's never about the entertainment. It's about this. It's about the healing work, the inner work, the courage building, the stepping out on a limb, like how we talked about you going to the concert by yourself, but and having to overcome any anxiety you had about that, and then doing it again for the Korean barbecue thing. Like, they push us out of our comfort zones and our stagnation and our stuckness. Mm-hmm. Every single time with these men, so you really just gonna not do exactly what you should be doing, just like I'm doing exactly what I should be doing.
Yeah.
Their community. They force you. Because they're in community with you, mm-hmm. They're the ones that's like, go Tracy, you can do it. Go Tracy, you can do it. You got it. And I'm like, I do. Even getting back in this classroom. Like, I hated that first experience in the classroom, but he's like, give it another shot. You can do it. We're going to be there with you. We're going to have your back, just like you have ours. Mm-hmm. And every day, this classroom is a fun time, a good time every day. Y'all missed what I said about, hey, Carrie, about my ability to get on Ticketmaster. These kids were sitting right in here. Mm-hmm. Okay. I knew that when the queue was up, they would still be sitting here reading Harry Potter, by the way, the magical book where mm-hmm. all things are possible, where there are no limitations, where it's the scene where it's really the first scene. I'm saying scene like we're not reading the book. It's the first time that Hermione, Harry, and Ron come together in community and overcome an obstacle. It's Halloween, mm-hmm. when the troll shows up. Yeah. And they have to go. And I caught it for the first time. Harry's like, oh no, Hermione doesn't know about the troll. Ron doesn't say anything but, okay, let's go. Mm-hmm. He don't ask no questions. They don't even speak about it. He's like, we got to go get her. Uh-huh. Immediate action, right? Mm-hmm. So they sit here reading that. And I know, okay, they still going to be like 10 minutes after they're going to be done with that chapter. I got to figure out what to do with them for 10 minutes. What do y'all think I did with them for 10 minutes? I put them to work. I'm going to turn on this J-Hope Paris concert, and I need y'all to just positive energy. Just be happy. Hey. And I was over here. Y'all know what I was doing. Hey. And I'm just watching the countdown. to see what my number was gonna be. And when I saw that 264, I was like, ah! And they was like, I didn't tell y'all, but I'm about to go see J-Hope. They was like, Miss Reeves, did you manifest it? I sure did. You know what's up. I'm still a little high from all this, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good time. I needed to be a little bit out of my mind to do what I just did with this Airbnb. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna think about it later. Like, really, Tracy, you just okay. It's time. You was 672? Now I want to know everybody's number. I want to see how good my man is to me. Josie said she was 9,000. Is D Marie still in the room? Who else was trying for tickets today? I did that. I mean, them tickets ain't as good as I thought they was, though. It was feeling like PTD all over again, where I was like, ain't gonna be nobody in front of me. And I was like, usually when you're closer, the letters are higher, like A, B, C.
Yeah.
This is row U? Yeah.
He said, ooh.
How did I do that? I was looking at it the opposite way or something. I don't know how I did that. All I know is the price was right.
The price was right.
The price was right. You said I was shook, but was like, I'm seeing this man up close. I already know. Yeah, the tickets are still pretty decent though. Like I looked, you know how some sites will show you the view from the seat.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they didn't have a concert. It was a football game. But I mean, with the price, like once again, because I'm going twice, so I wasn't necessarily needing like the best situation, because just making the decision to go and just be there for the whole weekend was kind of like, just want to justify the reason to stay in LA for.
Yeah.
My man, he must be doing something on Saturday, y'all. But yeah, it's done. So anyway, I know we had said we were gonna talk about the jacket.
The jacket.
So the context must have been, what is a time where spirit? Oh, it applies to exactly what I just said about being pushed out of your comfort zone or your like safe space, right? Like a safe, this is where I feel safe, and I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna do things the way that my logical mind and my ego says to do it to stay safe. But the divine might have something. Oh my God, yes. These dots are connected. Mm-hmm. The divine might have something for you to do that's to be a challenge for you to come out of a comfort zone or just a regular habit. Like a lot of it is just habit. You just are so used to doing things a certain way. And here's a word that used to trip me up. I wonder if this is a word that tripped you up. I want to be making sure that I'm being responsible. I don't want to be irresponsible. That used to be the word that tripped me up. Like, I don't want to push the buttons too much, because that would be me being irresponsible. And when you start getting called to a higher consciousness of living, the world's responsibility or irresponsibility is God's, no, that's what you were supposed to do. And now you're being disobedient because that was for you. So let's talk about the jacket. So this was first Friday. Did we go in November or December? I think it was December.
I think it was December, because it was like close to Christmas-ish.
And I know it wasn't before
November.
It wasn't before my magical night around Thanksgiving. I know it was after
Mm,
that.
mm, mm,
So in Vegas,
mm.
and a lot of cities across the country, First Fridays tends to be a time that if you have like an artistic space in the city where they kind of open up their doors for you to come and check out art, and then there'll be vendors and different, you know, kiosks and things. And so we were supposed to, oh, we was not supposed to be there, right?
No.
We wasn't. Where was we supposed to be? This is also another part of the lifestyle that we live now. We understand that you can make your plans, but when the Holy Spirit or the divine feminine God is moving, you flow with the moment. You don't just like, no, we said we was
Yeah.
gonna see RM tonight. We had paid for the tickets and everything.
Mhm.
Tickets was paid
Uh-huh.
for. We were supposed to be heading over there. Your Uber was running late.
Yeah.
And by the
Yeah.
time you
It
linked
got
up with
like
me,
lost in traffic.
I was like, girl, we gonna be rushing, and you know BTS don't start nothing not on time, so we gonna miss a good chunk. Maybe we not supposed to. Maybe it's another place we supposed to be tonight. You gotta learn to pivot.
Mhm.
And oh, it's First Friday tonight, and we was already downtown. And I think,
Yeah.
did we make the decision to just go and get food? Did we went to Letty's, right? Because I remember that's where I parked.
I met you. Yeah. And I think you were already inside. I don't think we ate there that night.
I think I
met
ate.
you there. Yeah, you
I think
ate.
I ate. I was waiting. Yes, I was sitting there waiting for you for a long time. I ate, and yeah, because the waitress was like, is the person coming? Like, I was like, she's supposed to be here. Yeah. So by the time you got there, looking at the time, you knew Hype don't play, and we was gonna miss half that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And right around the corner, literally didn't have to move my car.
Yeah,
was
we just
First
walked.
Friday. Go with the flow, trust the redirection. It is literally a standard principle in my life now. I'm pretty much adjusted to living like this now, to the point that, okay, this is why doing things like this is a little bit more difficult for me, because of it has to be scheduled and it has to be planned. And I'm so used to just following moment to moment. So that's a little bit of adjustment for me. But we decided to go to First Fridays.
Yeah.
And I hadn't been in a long time. When had you been in a long time?
I hadn't been in a long time either.
I mean, like years. It had been years. And so they had all the typical fanfare. The first thing that I saw was a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all know what I had to do. But I also think you're learning that I understand myself as being one who God sends to the musicians to give them energy,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I was number 264. He needed me there, okay? So that's it. That's a little bit of it, okay? No, we can talk about that another time. But I know my job is to not have this person who's up there trying to make people happy and give good energy just be sitting up there and nobody's paying attention.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be the one that's like, hey, trying to get more people to come. But if not, I'm going to give you what you need.
Yeah.
And so I did that. And then we're just now walking. And I kind of made it my mission that night to really see what the energy was and the layout was. And we went to every little nook and cranny. I ended up running into someone who went to my alma mater, took her information. She worked at the library district, got some things we got to do with my kids. A lot of those serendipitous kind of moments started happening. One of my favorites, though, was our little injury lawyer, who we still need to follow up with.
Yeah.
We went up to another space that had a DJ on the rooftop, and I gave him, here you go. But then we landed in a space that was kind of like a few different artists,
a few different like
selling their wares,
different exhibitions and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, and it was like indoors as opposed to outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as we walked in there, I saw the jacket. Immediately went to it. I knew my ass couldn't fit it. So when I saw it, I knew it was for you. Now, when you saw it, how did you feel?
When I saw it, I was just like, oh my God, I love this jacket.
It was
It
just
was like a awe, like, oh my God. And I always wanted like some cool artsy something.
like something wearable.
Something wearable.
That jacket had your name on it as soon as we saw it. And me and the artist who made the jacket, we was just like, it's just perfect. Just look at it. Like she tried it on, it would just fit you so nicely. It was just like, girl. And then did I ask what the price was, or did you? I asked.
You did.
Because I was scared it was gonna be outside of your range, like $200, $175. When she said $75, I was like, girl, you better go ahead and take that jacket and go somewhere. How do you get something like this for only $75?
Mm.
Because Tashi, I've been you before. Chicago, when I was in grad school, the first person that ever took me to a First Friday. Thank God for Cammie Jones, Brooklyn, New York. Okay. Went to a Pilsen, walked into a secondhand shop, a thrift shop. I usually don't be thinking I'm going to be able to fit anything because I've always been a big girl. I put this jacket on. It fits so nicely. It made me feel like Michael Jackson from Beat It. And Cammie was like, oh, girl, that jacket look good on you. And the person in the shop owner was like, girl, that's your jacket. And the jacket was like out of my range of comfort. It was like, and I mean, I'm a college student at the time. It was like $175. Back then, that was a lot. But the more I wore it, I just kept looking at myself and feeling, I was like, nah, this feeling couldn't possibly be less worthy than $175. It couldn't. This feeling is priceless that I feel. So I just knew to do the same thing with you, just hype you up. You know, it was me and the artist. Girl, you look good. That's your jacket. And I'm over there talking to the artist, just knowing she about to be like, okay, let me come and get this. And then what did you do, Tashi?
I put it down.
You put the jacket back, y'all. When I turned around, I looked at the artist like, did she? She was like, I was like, wow, okay. This is going to be harder than I thought.
Yeah, because in my mind, I was just like, oh, I don't have that. And I think I prayed too before I put it down. I was like, if this jacket is meant for me, you'll find a way to bring it to me.
Well, then your prayer worked.
And I put it down because I didn't have the money at that time. And I didn't know any other way to get it besides.
Even though I'm standing right there with money in my pocket. She didn't know any other way.
No, because for a very, very long time, I've always been someone that had to do for myself. It wasn't even an option for me to ask anyone else. So regardless of how wonderful you are, it would have never came into my mind to ask you.
That was the lesson, really. That was part of the lesson as well. Is like, community is for taking care of each other. Like, this word is being used a lot right now because it is the word of the moment. But we have to really make sure we're understanding what that involves. Community literally means looking out for each other. Mi casa, su casa. I ain't got it right now, but you got it, which means that it's mine and I'll get you next time. Like, but here's the thing though, Tashi, I feel like we had started in that kind of way of doing stuff. Like, I don't never be like, oh, pay me back that money you spent on me.
Yeah, we did.
We had already been, so I had felt like by the time that happened, she would know that, no. So this is how you know it's not just a logical thing or it's not practical. It's deep, imprinted stories and like false beliefs.
Yeah.
That because I have always had to do it by myself, that must mean I'm the one person in the world who will always have to do it by myself. I'm the one person who doesn't get to ask someone else for help. Can I borrow it? Can I pay you back? Can you just give it to me for my birthday, for Christmas? Christmas was coming up.
That's true. But it's also, it wasn't even just I always had to do things by myself. It's whenever I got to a point where I was like, I need to ask for help, whoever I asked made it feel like a burden to help me. So I learned me asking for help is a burden to someone else.
That's the false belief right there. And that one is that's a tricky knot to unwind. It really is. I'm not about to sit up here and act like my version of this was, any less difficult. I can't really remember what mine was. It's probably been a few, and it probably will still be a few for you. But or maybe not, because a lot of that broke off of you. So y'all want to know how this went? How do y'all think it went? Give me some feedback in the chat. Because she owns the jacket. Y'all saw the jacket last week. So how did she get the jacket? Everybody's quiet. I need some feedback. How did Tashi come to have possession of this gorgeous jacket? Is it somewhere around you for some people who didn't see it?
Yes.
Ooh, I love that. The artist just gifted it to her. Yes, we received that in the future, but that's not how it went.
I'll definitely receive.
Yes, you know what? She's right. The artist did give it to her. I said the year of the artist. Yes, I received that, Patience. Yeah, the artist did give it to her, but the artist wasn't the person who made the jacket. I ended up, while you was over there having your moment of crisis, I forget what the lady's name is. I was like, could you put this jacket away so nobody else buy it? But I'm going to go take her home, come back, and that's going to be her Christmas present. Now, the artist, though, now think about the predicament she was in by me saying that, because what if I didn't come back? And now she didn't have that jacket sold. And sure enough, boo-boo, that jacket was back on the rack. Okay, and I don't blame her not one bit. I don't blame her not one bit. She didn't know me from Adam. Okay. The only way I could have probably gotten her not to do it is to have paid for it and then came back. But I didn't have time because you was right there and
Yeah.
So I was just trusting that if this jacket is meant for Tashi, it won't be sold. And so, yeah, we went. I probably was like, okay, let's go. Let's go. I don't know how late it was into the evening, but First Friday doesn't last all night. And I asked Lady, like, how late are you going to be here? We still had to walk back to the car, drive you back up. You don't know how angry I was having to walk back. I was like, I was just here. And she could have just took that jacket home. But no. Okay. So I basically went and parked right back at Letty's in my same parking spot and walked. Now, funny enough, on the walk back, someone comes up to me and is like, oh my God, I saw you dancing out there. Thank you so much for your good energy. I was like, oh, thank you so much. I was like, who are you? She was like, I was the DJ.
Oh.
And so we exchanged information. She's like a house music DJ. She's invited me to stuff. I'm going to probably go check her out. But community. I was giving out currency and it was coming back to me. Like, this is how it works when you're in community. It's not always an asking for or, can I borrow? It's just doing it, knowing that it's going to come back to you. So I went back. That jacket was on the rack, honey. You was about to not have that jacket. Okay. And she had just like a square situation. And I was like, she didn't have a bag. I was like, do you have any bags? I'm thinking she gonna go get a plastic bag. She asked another artist who was selling a canvas bag. And so remember, I was like, that's my bag. That's my bag. because I had to come back and get this jacket. So this is my bag. So he put that in that bag, and I, brought it home. Now, I think the situation was, it was a night where my family was out of town, and it was like a perfect scenario for you to come over and hang out with me. And it wasn't quite Christmas, but I already knew I was going to give you that jacket way before Christmas, because I knew how it symbolized this, hang up in your mind that you needed to overcome. I knew that it was ministry. I knew that it was a breakthrough. I knew that it was going to have the impact that it had. So you come over. I don't even think I took very long. It wasn't like you got good and comfortable. I brought that bad boy down as soon as you came in. Right. And and I remember leaving it on the counter, and I kind of put it in a way that I thought you would notice it. I wanted you to be like, is that my jacket? Like, I kind of had it like a little bit, but I guess you didn't notice. You didn't notice at all, huh?
No, I thought you just were putting something there, and I was like, okay. I don't be looking through other people's stuff. So she just put a bag on the counter, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm just
minding my business. And so what happened when because I made you get it out the bag, I'm sure. That's I ain't got kids. This is the closest thing to looking at my kids on Christmas. Go ahead. Yeah. Like, what's that feeling? I knew I did good. I knew I was super mom number one. Okay. So try to take us through the emotions of that moment.
Oh, I just remember seeing it, and the first thing was just like surprise, like, what? Like, you got it for me? And then I was just crying.
She cried.
I
cried. Might have been the first time I seen you cry. No, I caught you. I caught you.
Sure it was the first time you saw me cry.
Really? I feel like I caught you doing this a few times. But it was very
emotional. It was like, cause it felt like such a big thing. It was. And it was just like, it was such a big deal for me. Even though like it was a jacket. I don't think I realized how big of a deal it was for me. But it was a big deal, but it wasn't just the jacket. It was like the fact that like you got it for me. And I didn't ask.
That someone could actually love and care about you enough to do something out of the goodness of their heart for you just because it's you, and you absolutely deserve people to do things like that for you. I get the momentousness of it, which is why I set it up that way, because I literally, after you got it, we start praying all of that agreement with those lies off of you. And I was like, this jacket is going to be the testament and the touchstone that you never have to feel that way again. You never have to play yourself small or, think that you're not able, or I don't know the word, deserving, worthy, whatever the word, that someone would do something nice for you. You know what I'm saying? Because it would have been so much more convenient for me to just do it. Either as you're going to pay me back, or as I would have probably said, this is what I would have done. You would have been like, can I borrow the money for you? And I'd be like, how about this? Merry Christmas. And then I would have saved me a trip, and it would have been the same thing. I would have gifted it to you, because I always want to be the person that knows that you got you that bomb ass jacket. Oh no, you're not taking that from me. That's my kind. I went there. And that's what this is. Like, people don't understand that you can get currency back in non-fiat ways. This world system has convinced us that the only currency worth having is fiat currency, money, actual paper money, or, you know what I'm saying? And it's not true. Ask any teacher you know that actually loves their job, and you'll know it's not true. You can't pay this back. The fact that when I was in the middle of getting J-Hope tickets, my son, I was about to say my son, my student, you manifested that, huh, Miss Reeves? Currency. Because that means I'm teaching, he's seeing something. Something is connecting. Because I'm here operating in it and modeling that for them. And for him to have that spark, that eureka moment that Miss Reeves is over there manifesting J-Hope tickets. That means that I can do it too. That means that I won't make nobody have to go back and get the jacket for me. We're breaking stuff off of them early. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so we don't have to deal with this later. The earlier, the better. The earlier someone can do it for you, the more powerful, the more access to your power you have early. And this is why I had to bring this and my embodiment of this wisdom to this side of town, to this group of children, not to the kids in Summerlin, okay? Because they're the ones who the world is going to make them think that they not worthy, and you're going to have to get it out the mud, and ain't nobody going to help you, and you just going to have to. We all been taught those lies. And then the media goes in for people that look like me, that people that look like you, that people that look like the Latino kids they tell us that even more. They don't even want you in the damn country if you're Latino. You're worthless. But your ancestors were here before any of these mugs got here. So much of the damage of living as a, person of color in this society, being a woman in this society, just being a human in this world system. The whole job is to make you feel as insecure as possible. Because if you can feel insecure, you'll look at what they have and want it so bad. And you'll think that it's the only currency, and you'll do anything to get it. You will forego relationships with people, community. The men that I know who don't want to get married because they think that we are getting in their way. Baby, I'm the magic sauce, boo. My feminine energy will propel you and upgrade you, sir. This is why I don't like that society.
And wait, you don't even know. Like, you got this little plan and this little idea in your head, but
I hear from the divine feminine. This is why I don't like that society keeping them from partnership or having to hide it as if that is a negative thing. Those men need feminine energy or masculine energy, some of them, right? They need the harmony of another type of power and wisdom. And too much in this society, feminine wisdom is seen as inferior. But that day is coming to an end. Can y'all feel it? Can you feel the shift happening in the air? Even with a performance like Kendrick that was super, super masculine, it was still art, entertainment, music, singing, creative power. Yeah. That is on the feminine side of the spectrum. Okay. Conquering, competing, the sport of football, very masculine, very. Yeah. But what won the day? The artistic output. We still talking about it. Beauty, the feminine brings beauty in the world. Okay. It is our moment for our intuitive gifts, our inner knowing, when we just know that we know. I just know. I don't need no evidence. I don't need no data. I don't need no confirmation from nobody else but God. That form of knowledge is coming to, it's rising. And so part of what that jacket experience was for you is the beauty of it that struck you, that struck me. That was your knowing saying it's yours. Oh, you like that? Is it delighting you? Is it enticing to your eyes? Is J-Hope, you like how he danced? You like how he moved? We ain't worried about getting no damn ticket. If you like it, you going. But the world would say, oh, but it's probability and it's the technicalities and you just never knows. I know. I'm going to see him. Serena and SZA. And those women in the wigs. Yep. You can't do nothing without the feminine. Mm-hmm. So I don't remember how this related to, I don't think, does this relate to BTS somehow? I don't know, but not every conversation we have over here is going to necessarily be like directly related to them. I can always pull them in for anecdotes, but it was something about the last time we spoke. I knew that moment for you was like a game changer. Like you shifted from one mindset and I literally watched it crumble off of you. Like, I feel like there's a scene from a Marvel movie where something like crumbles off of someone. I actually think and that's what I was like, wow, I'm watching mindsets crumble from her right now. And it was so worth it. $75, that was cheap. That was cheap. I got that for a bargain basement because some people struggle with this forever. Some people never overcome it. Some people live and die feeling exactly like, well, I'm the only one and ain't nobody gonna help me. And then they start reiterating those things and saying it out loud. And now you're deepening into the truth. It's becoming your truth. And it doesn't have to be. But you have to have moments like this that shake you out of it. So this is reality creation. This is how so much stuff is foundational, right? Yeah. You can't get to the part of flying the broom. Come on, Harry Potter reference, come through for me. He had to go to that bank first and knew how rich he was before he can get on that broom and fly.
Yeah.
He had to know that there was abundance.
That his parents loved him enough to set him up that way.
Your divine parents love you enough. The whole earth. The Bible says, the cattle on 1,000 hills are mine, right? Anything that I have is yours. The story of the prodigal son who goes off. He has all his money. He tricks it off and comes back home. He's ashamed. He's like, Dad, I'll just sleep in the pigsty. He's like, you my son. Come get him a robe. Get this stuff off you. The abundance of the divine mother and father are always accessible to you. The world can never take that from you. All they can do is convince you that you don't have access. And they've done a number on us. All the us's that are the like us's, not the not like us's. Okay. They've done a number on us. And so much of it has been through media. So much of it has been through religion. Even though the scriptures give you the clues that you actually do have access, the institution of the church distorts that just enough for you not to even be able to really, truly, you still feel like every Sunday you got to go beg. I got to go beg him. I got to beg him. Please, please, God, please, 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 God, please. It's already yours. The cost has been paid. Why are you begging me every Sunday? Go get it. Go get what you want. No, the world system has convinced us that no, that's being irresponsible. Or that's for those other people, not me. So I love the story of the jacket. We know exactly what to do after this live. And worship the pastor. And the pastor can say what he needs. And they're just, here you go. I mean, I worked in a casino. I was like, dang, this reminds me so much of church. the way that they can just get you to just throw money at something just out of like a mindless habit.
Mm-hmm.
This feels very much like church. Because then, you know, like church would have this little meter for the building fund. And like casinos, it'd be this little meter, like you're almost at 100,000. You're almost at 150,000. The same tools to get people to evacuate their power, you know, because, and this kind of goes full circle to what I was saying about me and my desire to deepen into this aspect of being responsible for hosting people and all the responsibilities of that. You'll start feeling like, no, but I couldn't possibly, like, that's not, some of it is just like, that's just not my skill set. Like for me, for a long time, I was convinced that only men could handle certain things when it came to money and taking care of business. Because I was always such a creative and artistic person, I was like, oh, I guess just the men are the naturally gifted, like, you know, number crunchers and business people. And I just was like, I'm gonna just have to find me a man that could do all this. The way we as women play ourselves over that patriarchal shit for a chance at winning
like,
money.
No matter how far you go, you're still like, no, but I need a man for this. I need for this.
It's okay to have a desire. It's okay to have a want.
Yeah.
But that sense of I can't do without, I'm incomplete. Mm-hmm. I am inadequate somehow without this person. But the world don't tell them that. They feel perfectly fine. They can make it without us. They good. You know, F bitches, get money, you know, like it's amazing the different ways we're programmed. And once you finally have that come to Jesus moment where you recognize that it was BS the whole time, and then them 7 show up, that's it. That program is about to get unraveled. But now the trick and the trap is, and this is where Hive wants to get everybody. Well, let's see if we can like take that same energy that they was putting in over there and give it all to us, like excessively so.
Yeah.
And then you back in another trick bag.
Yeah.
It was the same one, but it's 7 of them now. Mm-hmm. And they need your money. They need your money. He is the man on the couch that needs money from you. Baby, can I hold 100? Baby, can I hold 200?
Your money,
Baby,
your
can I hold 300?
All of that.
Why don't you go and buy that little BT21 plushie? Why don't you get 5 of them? It's like a lack of reasonable. And this is why I needed to experience this. Because that right there is the closest thing I felt to, oh, that's what these girls are feeling. This is what they participate in every time. Because I was like,
yeah.
it
and
you know
the
what
fact
it does?
is, like, that feeling happens when there's like merch drops. Like buying merch is just like buying tickets. Like, you have that same
astronaut. It's the same. They know how to keep you addicted.
Yeah.
They can only get me on a concert. Like, seriously, that was the one for me. Because what they do is they make you feel like they're being kind and generous to you to even allow you to purchase the ticket to come see me. Think about it. I'm giving them my hard-earned money. I am just as valuable as a human as they are. But somehow the mechanism of K-pop makes you feel, I get to get a pre-sale code?
I get to go?
I get to go? I
money on this ticket and this hotel room
and this
and
outfit and the.
and
Because I guarantee you this, and this is probably why God is setting me up to be the one to host. There are numerous experiences that you can decide for yourself with your own agency and without media manipulation that would be just as worthy, memorable, and a damn good time, y'all. Like, this is what I know about me, and you know this. And I'm not gonna say we're not gonna spend no money, but we don't have to spend as much money as Hybe wants us to, right? And we're gonna have a better time than them people that's sitting. I will not be standing in no merch lines at the show. Y'all can go over there if you want to. Y'all can go and stand in that line all damn day if you want to. That's a waste of time. That's a waste of. Do you know all the fun things we can do?
Because they always end up selling online any fucking ways. Like, they make you think the only way you're gonna get this merch is if you stand in line before the concert. But
y'all see the manipulation?
I watched it with Yugi. They had multiple drops of the concert merch online after the concert.
I need you to check the comment section right now. Carrie, I am so happy for you to say that. We've been waiting for you, sis. We've been waiting. Do you see her comment? Can you see her comments?
I can't see the comments.
Oh, dang. It says, I've never been more richer in life than without a man. I can do without, and I'm not incomplete. We've been waiting for you, Carrie Amber. We've been seeing it, though. She's been going through a whole journey, and it's been beautiful to witness. Like, seriously, when I think about, because, you know, I brought Carrie Amber to our little spot on top of Beverly Theater. I'm going to have to get you on this chat one day, too. You're going to help somebody. But yeah, we are complete. Why would we come and incarnate on earth to be here incomplete? Like, I mean, I guess some people, that logic makes sense for them, but I think this is my theory that I've learned from other spiritual teachers, is that we are actually gods and goddesses in another realm. Our higher selves are operating in a divine, all-knowing state. And we get a little bored because everything's so perfect and everything's so, I know I can make magic happen at any time. So we come to the experience of earth just to feel the tension of contrast and pain and disappointment. But the journey is also coming back into the remembrance of ourselves over time and helping other people remember, right? And so that's what we mean when we say awakening, that you're awakening to the truth of who you really are. And, oh yeah, this is just a little game for me. Kendrick Lamar, it's just a game. Now, the way that they've written the rules, what you say? Oh, the way that they've written the rules for so many of us make me think it's a losing game. Not true. You have to tap into the truth of your power that you came here with, and you start rewriting the rules for yourself. You can't bring everybody because some people are not here to win the game. But as for me, I've learned too much. I've experienced too much, and I've seen too many patterns that when just like when I was trying to tell that first group of girls about the approach that you have to have about getting these tickets is the thing that sets up the experience. Your mindset and the way you go into it is the reason it turns out that way. I just proved my case. Did I not? 264 had distractions, but I'm in a space that I've created to be BTS friendly. All I had to do was tell them kids 5 minutes. And their energy is helping because they love BTS. Oh, God. They ready for them stories of Miss Reeves coming back from the J-Hope concert, okay? Everything is working in your favor when you understand that everything is working in your favor, including your thoughts and including your speech. right? Like your
Yes.
speech, that thing right there. Whoo! How often do y'all hear me complaining about things? I'll be right back. How often do y'all hear me complain? I'm not a complainer. I don't do it as much as if I'm complaining, I'm really, because I've noticed that when I do that, I find more things to be in complaint about. The life will bring me more. Oh, she like complaining. Let's give her more stuff to complain about.
Yes.
We talk about you last night.
That's insane.
Let's give them
like
one
you
more
have
lesson.
Yes.
Let's give them one more lesson, Tashi. I ain't never seen you like that. I was like, oh, her energy is off. What the fuck is going on? Oh, these people. Oh,
I feel like I got so good at like not having that energy. It's
you
very
took
rare
a dive
now
last
that
night. But you know what? I know
Yeah.
why. I know why. Because there's a part of you that don't even want to be in that scenario anyway. At all in that space. And that's where it's really coming from. It's not about, okay, let me give y'all some context. Tashi works at a certain space that she don't want to be in no more. And she's still there for temporarily, very shortly. You'll be exiting very shortly, okay? But every day she's there.
Very shortly.
Every day she's there, she's a little bit like, why the hell am I still here? So last night you was walking out and the security guards locked the wrong door or something.
Yeah, so we have like new security guards and there's one door that's like always open, but it was locked. And I was like,
so it made her miss her ride. She missed her ride and she was knew that she was gonna have to wait for a new ride. And I didn't join you, obviously. As a matter of fact, I was like, are you done? Or should I call you back? Like, I wanted to be a part of this. She's like, no, I'm okay. And no, you weren't. You were still very aggravated.
Let me know when you're settled.
Like, okay.
Let me know when you're settled, because I'm not used to this and I don't know what's going on.
I don't want to participate. You see how you got to be protective of your energetic boundaries, people? You can't be letting other people F with your energy. I got good energy. So you missed your ride, and a part of me was like, dang, that sucks. Because you said, oh, this is going to make me come home a lot later. And I was like, well, do you work tomorrow? And she said, no. And that's when I didn't feel sorry for you. You'll be all right. Just hang out. Just chill. Just because it's scenarios like that where the divine might show up and do something miraculous. Like maybe you were supposed to miss that. Like that's how I've learned to see things. That when something inconvenient happens, it's a setup. It's a divine setup. That's how I see it every time. Every time. And so I was like, you'll be all right. Just hang out. And then here comes the next ride. Doop, doop, beep, beep. Let's go. And then it's stuff like that we do. Yeah, we do this all the time. We participate in this world system because honestly, it's just us. Oh, it's a term for it. Burning off energy. You're just trying to. It's the reason why you go off on your kids. You just be like, ah! You're just trying to move the energy out of your body because it's risen too high. But if you could just stay in a state of being so attuned that everything works out for me, every inconvenience turns into a miracle that I didn't expect. I run into someone who I needed to meet, and they are the ones who give me the next job. Hallelujah. Like you start to think of everything as a possibility for the divine to show off.
Yeah.
Do your stuff, God. I didn't been inconvenienced. Oh, you really about to do something for me. When LA, I'm not gonna lie, like I was really attuned to what was going on in LA. I had a lot of compassion towards the situation. But it was like, dang, really? LA is the one that's going to be inconvenienced. Oh, okay. Well, must be a blessing. And my blessing is being able to go see him twice, honestly. Yeah. That in and of itself, didn't plan on it, wasn't thinking about it. But I was just like, yeah, I think I got this one under control. You missing that ride might, yes, I was taught that. You missing that ride might have saved you from a wreck that you didn't even know. We don't, when we are attuned to the divine, you always know that redirection is protection. I do it the opposite way, though. I say redirection is an unexpected blessing. Instead of protection from devastation, I say it's a setup for an unexpected miracle. What you about to do for me, God? You're about to do something really cool, aren't you? I know you. You won't fool me. Because Lord knows I didn't want to miss this ride. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to work. Maybe the person you had to minister to was on this bus, not that one. You got to always know that it's for a reason. That it's never just about pissing you off. Like, oh, that person tried to make me mad. Like, no, they don't have that much power. It's only the power you give them, which is why we're on this YouTube cutting it up, talking about First Fridays and Kendrick Lamar and BTS. And we ain't said one thing about nobody who's in office and don't care. He don't run me. He don't get to control my energy. Who is that? What? Oh, okay. So it's a skill set that when you apply it to every aspect of your life, the benefits of living this way are bar none. You never will. This is why I'm so pristine in my energy, because I'm never going back to that raggedy-ish that other people still be participating in. I'll be looking at them like, how's that working out for you?
It's definitely a skill set you have to practice. Because, like,
it's not natural.
Like a lot of people go through life on, like, autopilot, and that can sink you into unhelpful habits. But because I notice it with myself, like, if I'm just going based off, like, this autopilot that I'm used to, it's usually not the best. But when I'm staying, like, present, and I'm, like, keeping track of what I'm thinking, of what I'm saying, of what I'm paying attention to, and I, like, focus, it's always good.
The Bible, I don't know. I used to really read the Bible and know, like, real deep scripture. And now it's just, like, surface. But I remember the Bible saying, like, keep a song in your heart, or think up whatever is good, whatever is lovely, whatever is of good report. Keep those things at the forefront of your mind. That is training your brain to only receive good reports, good news, the gospel. Like, if you stay focused, the mind of Christ is always assuming that heaven is coming to earth right now. For me, it's coming through. Miracles can happen. Someone can gift it to me. Someone can let me borrow it. The bus could turn around and be like, we got to go back because I forgot to pick up something. Like, you just expect the miracle every time. You get into a habit to the point that you get a little spoiled that when it don't happen, like me. How y'all think I feel about this man not coming to Vegas? I'm like, what? What you mean you ain't coming to Vegas, Hobie? I said Vegas. I get real, like, no, y'all don't understand. I get, like, when I put it up there, it's a done deal for me. So when it don't happen, I'll be like, either I'm off or you off, and I think it's him. You wasn't receiving the message, bro. You need to work on that telepathy, okay? We gonna fix it when I get to LA, okay? That's just the way. And I'd rather be a fool.
We gotta find that.
And I'd rather be a fool expecting higher and better, because I'll still land into some really good, LA with my girls at the Airbnb, 2 nights. Hey, it didn't harm me none to go after
Yeah.
the gusto. I want to see you in my city, and you know, and stay in the
Mhm.
and allow the feeling of the dream to be your guide. Like you said, checking your mindset. This is really what they're here for, is to keep you inspired and to keep you pumped, like the way I felt right now, to be able to do what I just did. Not to just be a sucker to hype, to be there. Their whole bottom line is riding on your back. See, here's the thing about Black people. We've already been under the oppression of the plantation system and chattel slavery. So when I see anything that reminds me of it, I do not participate. Oh, no. I need all of my sovereignty. I need all of my agency. I say when. There's a scene in Pretty Woman. I say when, I say how, I say who. I forget her name from Pretty Woman, Julia Roberts. She was basically saying, I do
Julia
what I
Roberts.
want to do. You don't get to manipulate my mind to make me mindless to all of your media manipulations. Absolutely not. They wanted to do it by putting J-Hope on TikTok. I had already made up my mind I was done with TikTok. I couldn't change my mind, because once you delete TikTok, it ain't no going back, y'all. You can't go back. But in my mind, I was like, oh, wow, this is them trying to get people who was done with TikTok to now come back for him. I wouldn't have been that person, because I already knew they was going to put stuff on Instagram anyway. But it's stuff like that where they'll hijack your own, principles and your own. That's where the Delulu is dangerous. In the land of fantasy and play and feminine desire, it is powerful and potent. Okay? Don't be wasting all that, y'all. Okay? You use that good. You done got juiced up, okay? You go back out in the world and you stand a little taller. That's powerful. But becoming mindless consumers? So, what are you feeling like we should talk about the next time? The jacket was a really good jumping off point for today.
Yeah.
We said we were going to try and go backwards. Is there anybody who's been with us for a while that you were curious about anything in particular that you wanted us to? You know what? I think I owe people a conversation about hold on, let me think. I feel like I put it. Oh. And this will be on his birthday. Because next Tuesday is my man's birthday. Y'all know that, right? I was telling people every time it's his birthday, he always be doing something good for me. And Nikki, she's like, oh, I can't wait to hear that story. And Carrie's in the room, and it involves Carrie. His birthday last year, Carrie, if she's still in the room, girl, that was some magical-ish. Woo-wee. I think maybe we should start talking more in depth, because here's what happens with me. People will come into my chat and we'll start talking about in a way that we all understand, but I think we are afraid of talking about it publicly. Most everybody in this chat I've talked to has a deep spiritual connection to generally all of the members, but usually one member in particular. And it sometimes switches. And what I'm getting a sense of, based on what I'm hearing from everybody, is that you actually know you can channel power from that person. Like you can have an actual, the way I'm talking about Hobie right now, you think I'm just like, no. This is why I'm literally like, what did you not get about I Needed You in Vegas? Because it's there. When it comes to me and him, like, look at what he just made me do. And I know, and the Jungi girls, ooh, he be coming in your dream and telling you all kind of, giving you all kind of like a spiritual guide and stuff. Nam June does that with me sometimes. And I'm like, whoa, there is a soul level connection. And it's interesting because it's with humans who are still on this earth with us that feels very ancestral. Like the way I communicate with them feels the way I communicate with my ancestors. It's really weird because I'm like, but they're still here.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like, you remember when you had me do those letters? That was very, it felt real mystical. The letters.
What letters? What did I have you do?
You had me write letters to Jungi.
Oh yeah, I knew that was going. Yeah. It's a communication across distance. I mean, Jungi put it in a damn song.
He did.
If you was confused, or if you was like, is this weird? Oh, am I tripping? So this is where the Lulu is actually a disservice, because now people really think this stuff that's real is delusional and this real stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
No, that is the Lulu, but this is actually spiritual connection. But you have to clear the influence of the machine and the world system to access it. Because if you accessing, or if you're trying to access that spiritual connection with them and you haven't cleared the clutter, it is absolutely Delulu and you are hallucinating. Because if you thought you were supposed to go terrorize sincere army members who pray and love BTS as a show of your allegiance to them, you are in deep distortion.
Mm-hmm.
But if I get the signal from them saying, why don't you go back in that classroom? That'd be fun. I'm back in the classroom. This is fun. Mm-hmm. It's not just, we use the word inspiration, but the etymology of the word inspiration is God breathed. Like an actual divine act is happening through inspiration. And it's with them, it's such a deep level of inspiration, not just like, oh, I was inspired to, I don't know, wear my hair a certain way. No, I was inspired to change my whole life. They literally inspired me through the darkest time of my life and made me want to live again. That's God right there. Like, that's not no play. But you will forget how potent and powerful this is if you just over there buying all the merch and getting all the photo cards. If you got all them photo cards in your room and you're not, never mind, that's too deep. Patience said she would like to learn about how to clear the clutter. You got to get in touch with nature and you got to get in touch with your ancestors. Those are the two most important ways you can do it. There's a lot of other practices, and I think practices are good, but I've learned that without a foundation where you are connected very deeply to the, oh, and then I heard this today. I forgot who said it. Oh, yes. Satra Anuket, one of my favorite new spiritual teachers. She said, you got to remember the earth is the last embodiment of your ancestors. So their essence lives in the earth. So when you're connecting to nature, you're also connecting to your ancestors. I was like, yes, that makes so much sense. Meditation, absolutely. But when you can establish the real secure knowing that there is all of this army of people that existed behind you that got your back, you become unstoppable, really. Yeah. You become unstoppable. You start feeling invincible, and you're supposed to. So we can talk about that. I'll try to think of an anecdote. I like this idea of starting with an anecdote, and then that really will get to the bottom of clearing the channel. Recognize what serves your greater self. If it doesn't serve you, cut it out. Yes. You can't play patty cake. with the enemies of your life. And the enemies of your life are not just this big bad wolf. It's lying to yourself. It's delusion. It's procrastination. It's bad habits being, that you're stuck in, and not taking sound wisdom, even if it comes from your peers. That used to be the burden of my life with my other group of friends. Like, I'm telling you real ish, and you just think it's just an optional, oh, Tracy don't know what she's talking about, or maybe she does, but I'm not going to do it. Have good counsel of people around you. Listen to people with wisdom. There's just so many different practices. But out of all the practices, meditation, all the things, you can use divination tools, all that. You can read the Bible from front to back. But it has been nothing like me connecting to nature, like going out there and just being with Mother and really believing she has my back. Has cleared. That's the best cleared channel I get. I could just immediately. But there are certain things that can protect your energy. Like, y'all see, I don't come out of these hair wraps no more because the way I feel in them, oh, it's such an energetic difference. It's just like, I just don't prefer it anymore. And we used to think that this was just about oppressing women. No, it's protecting your crown, Even people close to you, yes, to vibrate on a higher frequency. I've cut out people. Oh, that's too bad, Nikki, because we're about to go. Love you. Being with nature is real, Sharon said. That's the one that, honestly, if I could just get y'all to do that, I wouldn't even have to teach all these damn classes. Like, you want me to teach you all these other alternates, but I'm just like, but that's the that's the one that would just, a good example of someone who, besides me, is a good testament to this. If you don't follow Candace Love, I think I could post a I literally watched her van life journey during COVID, and she spent I think 3 years out in the, on the road. Yeah, they do stay for a replay. And she would be out there with her dog and her sound bowls. And I was just looking and I was like, man, I think I want that experience. And I didn't do exactly the same thing as her, but the divine allowed me to have somewhat of an alternate kind of van life experience. And I honestly think that's the thing that prepared me most for this work. More than all the other practices, more than all the other spiritual teachers that we know and love, just being out there with the source of all of the power that you've had since you were born, and the world has tried to convince you that you don't. And when you get out there, she shows you, no, you carry some very heavy artillery. And I always say that because we're now in an era where giving people the half-ass tools just to make a little money and let me try and work this and let me do some readings for people, it just ain't gonna cut it. It's just not gonna cut it. You gotta go have a connection to the divine yourself. And what's funny to me is that people who come from church, there are so many metaphors, or we thought they were just metaphors, of spiritual people in the Bible going out into the wilderness, and we thought it was just a metaphor. It's not. You need to go out there. Carrie made the exact statement of something no longer serving me last week. I made the exact same statement. Yeah, that's the best place I've grown. It's the most rapid acceleration I've had. But yes, I think you also have to build up your capacity to have that experience. I'm not about to act like my Chicago girl self was just raring to go. No. I honestly sometimes can't believe I ever went out there the way I did. But the benefits, it's just, don't nothing else replace it. I'm sorry. I know y'all want something a little bit more simple. Just start with a grounding practice. every week. Go to a park, go to your backyard, and take off your shoes and put your feet in the grass. 5 minutes at a time, 10 minutes at a time, 15 minutes at a time. If you just do that regularly enough, it'll just grow from there. It'll just start to, because now you're showing a desire for connection with her. And now she's like, oh, you want to spend time with me? Okay, well, let me show you this. And the flowers and the trees and the animals, the eagle. Y'all, some of y'all was on that live with me when I saw Eagle. Who won the Super Bowl? Win.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so we'll fill into what we're supposed to talk about. I guess we're gonna be here. We're gonna make it a little. Well, I'm open to whatever Hobie wants me to do on his birthday, because I know if I do what my man say do, I'm doing what the divine say do, and he gonna have a nice little present for me on his birthday. It's gonna be a nice little something. I think that we should talk about what the experience I had with Carrie last year and how that just kind of magically manifested, and this deeper connection we have to the different members, and how you can actually tap into it for more access to your own power.
Yeah,
not their
like
power. You're not pulling from them. You're letting them inspire you. Divine breathe. You got it, Tracy. Go ahead and do that. Mm-hmm. That's the real dynamic we're supposed to have for them, because by the time they get out in 4 months, we need a bigger remnant of us who see them that way, because the burden that's going to be on them is going to be very heavy. Okay. And so the more of us that we can relieve them, take them off duty of being the caretaker to your energetic capacity.
Yeah.
Take them off that job. By the time they get out the military, they done already served their country. They done served the K-pop industry. They done served the music industry. Take them out of the burden of carrying all your baggage on their back. Learn how to have a symbiotic, mutually reciprocal relationship with them. It's a beautiful thing. So
it is.
All right. I'm pretty much past my time. Thank y'all so much for joining us over here now that we don't mess with meta like that. Oh, raggedy. Tashi, do you have anything that you want to promote or tell people? I believe you now have a Substack.
I do. I got a Substack. Go on Substack. Read my Substack.
How do they get to the Substack? Help them get there.
I have the link to the Substack in my Instagram bio on the Right to Vert.
And this same name you see under her is the exact same handle on Instagram. So follow her over there. I am giving myself a lot of stuff to do, but eventually I am going to be coming out with more classes and offers. That's going to be more towards the spring, which to me is the real new year. But just stick with us on YouTube. Also, go over to Fanbase. Like this is like the professional button down version of our talks. If you can imagine, we get even more comfortable and what's the word I want to use? More Kendrick Lamar-ish.
That works.
More Doechii-ish on Fanbase. So if you want that experience, go head over to Fanbase. We have an office hour on Thursday at the same time, but now we also have our Bangtan audio files on Sundays, 5:30. The album that we're listening to right now is Anderson .Paak and Knowledge, also called No Worries. Why, Lord? And everybody is loving it like we knew it would. So if you want to join us we're learning how to attune our ears to higher frequencies through the music, getting messages from the music. Kendrick Lamar was a great exercise in that.
Oh, we should listen to a Kendrick album.
I'm getting myself prepared for that. I'm actually not as ready as you would think I am, but I'm ready. I'm more ready now after Super Bowl.
We should listen to a Kendrick album.
Don't you want to listen to Doechii first, though? I want to still do the Doechii Doja debate because I've been picking up some.
Yeah, we can do that.
I think we should do. Well, we gonna just tell them we're gonna do Doechii versus Doja because there's something about that. It's a nuance there that if you once you see it, you can't lie to yourself.
Yeah.
Even me. Okay. And this is why I've been like, let myself enjoy her. Like, okay, girl, yes, I was, but no. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe by then we'll be ready for Kendrick. Because there's a lot of people in our group who don't listen to vulgar music at all. And I'm just trying to get them over that.
Yeah.
You don't have to let that go.
Yeah, I feel like Doechii Doja is a good.
It'll teach you a lot. It'll teach you a lot about can you. And y'all already, okay, I'm about to get off this for real. Y'all already know the difference between authenticity and non-authenticity based on what y'all be telling me about the difference between BTS and the rest of K-pop. Like, you already know the difference between and the...
No.
I just want people within the fandom to know moment to moment when they are performing for us and playing the game versus being true. Yeah. I see so many ARMY lying to themselves about. That's where we're really leading to. That we can have such nuanced discernment about them moment to moment that we don't miss nothing. Our telepathy is like, whew, can't nobody tell me. I already know they're in danger. We need to pray. They're at the verge of something's going on. I don't know what it is. Just let's pray right now because too many people miss the sugar. You know. I'm not gonna mention that yet. Last time I said something. But that's where we're heading, is to fine-tune our telepathy with our family, because that's the way we're gonna have to communicate, y'all. They're trying to take over all the airwaves, all the means of communication. You're gonna have to learn how to send signals out. Okay? So, all right. Peace and love, everyone. Have a happy, everyone who got tickets to LA. We winning, y'all, all season. It's the year of the artist. And yeah. All right. Peace and love. Thank y'all. Barahe.